Hello students, in today's lecture we will discuss how the active ingredients can be determined from the detergent samples. So here is the method to find out the active ingredients from the detergents. So question will be asked in the exam as what is meant by active ingredient of detergents and how it is determined. So, we will see the answer of this. In the most of the detergents, active ingredients are present which gives extra cleaning property in water or other solvents. So, active ingredients are more important in the detergents because they give extra cleansing property in water and in other solvents. Then the active ingredient of detergents are nothing but fatty material which are combination of hydrophobic and hydrophilic group. As we know, hydrophilic means water loving group which dissolves in water, and hydrophobic means water hating group. On the basis of hydrophobic and hydrophilic groups, they are classified into cationic and anionic detergents. So principle is when equivalent amount of cationic and the anionic detergents are used. Cationic means, for example, Ca2 plus, anionic means minus species. So cationic and anionic detergents are used. The mixture of water and chloroform with methylene blue shows the some color intensity in both the phases. So principle is when we take equivalent amount of cationic and anionic detergents, the mixture of water and chloroform with methylene blue shows the some color intensity in both the phases, in aqueous and in the non-aqueous, that is organic layer. So water is the aqueous layer and chloroform is the non-aqueous layer. So reagents required for this process are cationic reagent, use solution 1. We will see how solution 1 is prepared. Then anionic reagent solution 2. Then chloroform is required and methylene blue indicator. All 4 reagents are required for this process. So cationic reagent is prepared from cetyl trimethyl ammonium chloride. So you have to weigh 1.5 gram of cetyl trimethyl ammonium chloride and you dissolve it in a 100 ml water initially, and after complete dissolution you have to dilute it to 1 liter. Then anionic reagent can be prepared from alkyl benzene sulfonate. So initially we have to weigh 0.01 gram of alkyl benzene sulfonate, dissolve it in 100 gram of water and then dilute it to 1 liter. So this will be a anionic reagent. So now we have cationic reagent, anionic reagent, chloroform and methylene blue indicator. So let's start with the procedure. So in the procedure, initially we have to standardize the solution 1 using solution 2. So cationic solution can be standardized by using anionic reagent. So as I have told, first step is we have to prepare solution 1, so that you have to prepare 1.5 gram cetyl trimethyl ammonium chloride. You have to dissolve it in initially 100 ml distilled water, then dilute it to 1 liter in a volumetric flask. So this is the cationic solution or cationic reagent. Nextly, we have to prepare same way the solution number 2, that is anionic reagent. So for that purpose we have to dissolve 0.001 gram of alkyl benzene sulfonate in 100 ml water and then dilute it to 1 liter in a volumetric flask. So this is the anionic reagent. Now we have to standardize the solution 1 by using methylene blue indicator against solution 2. So solution 1 is in the burette. Solution 2 is in the burette, solution 1 is in the conical flask, and use methyl blue indicator. So from this titration you have to define the normality. So from this we are going to calculate the exact normality of solution 1, that is cationic reagents normality. Now second part is here. After finding the normality of solution 1, we are going to perform the second part, determination of active ingredients. So first step is here. Initially we have to dissolve sufficient amount of detergent in 700 to 800 ml water. Then shake the solution gently, not vigorously, to avoid foaming, and heat the solution until becomes clear. So we have to take the sufficient amount of the detergent, then dilute or mix it in a 700 to 800 ml water, shake it gently and heat the solution till solution become clear. Then second step is cool the solution. Cool this solution and dilute it to 1 liter in the volumetric flask with the help of distilled water. So we have now 1 liter of the detergent solution. Then take 10 ml of the solution from this. Take 10 ml of solution from Biret 1 into the titration flask. Then we are going to add 25 ml of the methylene blue solution into it and the 10 ml of chloroform. After that, titrate this solution against solution 1. The chloroform layer acquired blue color on the first few addition, then it transfer its color to the water layer. So there are two layers, one is a chloroform layer and second one is a water layer or the aqueous layer. So initially chloroform layer have the blue color. After few addition, the color will be transferred to water layer, and when both the phases have some color intensities, then note down the volume of the solution 1. That is the end point of the titration. Means when the water layer and the chloroform layer having the same color intensity, then we are going to find out the end point of the titration. Then continue the titration by adding 1 ml of the sample solution more into the flask. As you know, when you titrate 9 ml of the solution with the titrant, then again we are going to add 1 ml again into it, and then again we perform the practical to the next step. So same way you have to continue the titration. In the same solution we have to add 1 ml of the sample solution and then titrate the solution against solution 1. Now similarly take 3 more readings and from that calculate the percentage of active ingredients present into the detergents. So here again I am repeating the procedure. So initially we are going to take sufficient amount of detergent in the 700 to 8 ml water, shake the solution, heat the solution till solution become clear. After that cool the solution and then dilute it to 1 liter with the help of distilled water. Now fill the solution in the Biret. So from Biret 1 you have to take 10 ml solution. So we have taken 10 ml solution from this first part. Then we have to add the 25 ml methylene blue indicator into it and the 10 ml of the chloroform layer and titrate this against the solution number 1. Then the chloroform layer acquires the blue color. After some addition, the color will be transferred to the water layer, and we have to titrate the solution till the water layer and the chloroform layer having the same color intensity. And when same color intensity observed, that should be our end point of the titration. Then again we have to add 1 ml of the solution from Biret 1 and then titrate against the solution 1. So similarly take 3 more readings and from that we have to calculate the percentage of active ingredients present into the detergents. So now calculations are here. So by this method we can calculate the percentage of active ingredients and also we can calculate the combined sulfate SO3. So percentage of active ingredients is equal to percentage of combined SO3 into molecular weight of active components divided by 80. So combined SO3 can be calculated as T into normality of solution 1 into 8 divided by weight of sample in the alucute. So we know the detergent weight which we have initially weighed and is equal to 700 to 8 ml water. So write down this weight here. Then we found the normality of solution 1 from part 1 and T is the corrected volume of the solution, that is blank minus back titration. So you can easily find out the combined SO3 or the active ingredient present in the detergent. So combined SO3, this equation can be simply written as T into normality of solution 1 into 8 divided by W. So here T is the corrective volume of solution 1, that is formed by taking difference back minus back, and T is the ml of solution 1 corrected for any solution 2 used, and T will be nearly equal to 10, and the N is the normality of solution 1. So by using this method we can calculate the percentage of active ingredients and the combined SO3 as well.